It's been a week since Category 4 Hurricane Michael wrecked the Florida Panhandle.
We have a team in Panama City reporting on the storm's damaging effects. And coming up, we'll take a look at how Michael has impacted Ole Miss alums.
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Ashley Muller.
And I'm Grace McClanahan.
Hurricane Michael is one of the strongest storms to ever sweep the coast of Florida. For some Ole Miss alums living in the Panhandle, it's the strongest one they've ever seen.
NewsWatch reporter Abby McIntosh is in Panama City to tell us how they are dealing with the aftermath of Michael.
Nearly 2 weeks ago, Hurricane Michael ripped through the Florida Panhandle. This region is no stranger to storms, but Michael was more destructive than any before and has left residents like Ole Miss alum Jeff Risch scrambling to pick up the pieces.
I've been on a chainsaw here for the last 9 days. You know, at some point in the day, I've spent several hours on the chainsaw for the last 8 days. I've lost track of time. So.
Risch and his wife Patty were without power for more than a week. Fallen trees litter the yards and tarps cover damage to the roof. But Risch says recovery won't happen overnight.
We just take things a day at a time. I mean, you just literally do it a day at a time. And you deal with what you have to deal with.
Recent Ole Miss grad Peyton Locicero is a reporter at WMBB right here in Panama City. Through her reporting, she's gotten to know the area like the back of her hand, but when Michael rolled through, the area was unrecognizable.
When I came over the first day and saw it, I had to pull over because I was crying so bad. I was sobbing. I was so upset because I couldn't find where I was going, and B, I had interviewed all these people before. I knew these people. I knew the lady who had the little thrift shop. I knew the people who own Amavita coffee shop who lost everything. And seeing those being completely gone and unrecognizable, it's devastating.
On top of the physical destruction, Michael has taken a mental toll on residents. Through her job, Locicero sees a way to help people get back on their feet.
Well, it's our job, it's our duty, and it's powerful knowing that I'm reaching so many people and getting them the positive information that they need to keep going.
Despite how it looks, Risch knows that it could have been much worse.
All I can say is that we were blessed and extremely fortunate. And there were many that aren't.
Abby McIntosh, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Mississippi Mission Hurricane Michael will continue with reports on Monday's show at 5. The Oxford-Lafayette County Chamber of Commerce and the Lafayette Middle School Student Council are gathering supplies for the victims of Hurricane Michael. This drive began because the students desired to help those in need. Their advisor, Penny Allen, made a connection online with others hoping to contribute. The drive is looking to collect food and water, pet supplies, children's products, home improvement items, and other basic necessities. If you do not have a child enrolled at Lafayette Middle School, you can donate items at the Chamber of Commerce during normal business hours. And the Ole Miss Dining Services is hosting its own donation drive for victims. They are asking for non-perishables like toiletries, blankets, clothing, diapers, and snack items. All dining locations are accepting donations through November 1st.
Now that the final approval has been confirmed to remove Ed Meek's name, the questions surrounding renaming the School of Journalism remain. NewsWatch reporter Madison Amon found out some proposed solutions to the issue.
While the new name for the journalism school is still undecided, there are many people with ideas for a new potential name. One petition has been created to rename the school after Ida B. Wells. Dr. Garrett Felber, who helped create the petition, says that Ida B. Wells was the obvious choice as a black woman with ties to Mississippi who represents the best in journalism, anti-racism, and women's rights. She fought for women's suffrage, she did more than any single figure to expose the vigilante violence of white supremacy, and she fought for a critical press that could bring about social change. While many are in support of this idea, there are also other opinions. Dr. Beth Cruz, who spoke at the listening session regarding Ed Meek, suggested the late Paul Guillard as the new name for the journalism school. Guillard was a French reporter who was shot and killed while reporting on the James Meredith riots.
I don't think that Ida B. Wells is a bad choice for a school. I just think that Guillard represents more what the modern journalism is.
Although there are many signatures on the petition, no one from the journalism school has been notified of the document.
That there should be some choices and let the students decide what they want, especially the School of Journalism. They should have the decision who they want representing their building and why they want that person representing.
Madison Amon, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The Ole Miss chancellor took to social media to condemn an Ole Miss professor's controversial tweets. Professor James Thomas sent out the tweets in question the day Brett Kavanaugh was confirmed to the Supreme Court. Thomas encouraged readers to interrupt senators' meals by sticking their fingers into senators' salads. Chancellor Jeffrey Vitter responded in a Facebook post without naming Thomas, saying, "While I passionately support free speech, I condemn statements that encourage acts of aggression."
Square Jam is returning to downtown Oxford after a 2-year break. Sports Watch reporter Hallie Ames is live at the Oxford Square to preview what people can expect from tonight's event. Hallie?
Hi guys, Square Jam is back, and I am here live where you can catch the men and women's basketball team here at 6.
The Ole Miss men and women's basketball team will showcase their skills tonight at the Square Jam for the first time in 2 years. During the event, fans can see their favorite players compete in a three-point contest, a dunk contest, player introductions, as well as other surprises. Also, if you think you have a little LeBron in the making, make sure to bring them out for the Rebel Kids Club dunk contest to show their skills and have a memorable night.
I am here with Ole Miss fan Deshaun. Deshaun, do you come to the Square Jam often?
I do.
How many years have you been coming?
The last couple of years.
And why do you keep coming back to the Square Jam?
I love basketball.
What do you think about the new head coach Kermit Davis?
I mean, I love his energy. I love what he brings to the team. I mean, his excitement and passion for the game, and so it's just fun to watch.
Do you think our record this year will be better than last?
I think so.
You think so? Do you think anything we can improve on for the game?
I mean, there's always improvement. You can always improve in any area of a basketball. So yeah.
Well, thank you. Again, that is tonight here at 6 at the Square on the east side. It should be beautiful weather, so make sure you get out here. Back to you at the desk, Ashley.
Thanks, Hallie. The Auburn Tigers are in town to face the Rebs. Ole Miss will look for win number 6 of the year in tomorrow's 11 o'clock game. Sports Watch reporter Sky Spieler joins us in studio to break down this matchup. Sky?
Thanks, Ashley. The 5-2 Rebels are back in action tomorrow morning when they'll host the Auburn Tigers. Ole Miss grinded out a win in Little Rock last week. As usual, the offense was hot, but the defense continues to struggle. Luckily for Ole Miss, Auburn's offense is struggling as well. On the other hand, the Tigers' defense is solid and should challenge Jordan Ta'amu and the Rebels' attack. Both teams' strong sides will be on the field when the Rebs have possession, and that'll be fun to watch. It's a tough one to predict this week, but I'm expecting Ole Miss to at least cover the 4-point spread. Grace, back to you.
Thanks, Sky. A new farmer's market has arrived to Oxford featuring all organic crops. NewsWatch reporter Erin Pennington shares how shopping local is not only beneficial to your health, but also to your community.
Stewart Farms Fresh is the new local farmers market catering to residents with more than just fruits and vegetables. Co-owner Kim Stewart says she and her husband decided to expand the business from Batesville for better marketing.
Well, it's just a better market over here, more traffic, more need for our products that we're going to be providing.
What makes this farmers market stand out is the variety. The Stewarts also sell homemade jelly and smoked barbecue. The official opening will be set in the Big Red Barn.
Other than produce and stuff, we're going to do like fresh meats and seafood, and we'll do crawfish in the spring, and we'll do casseroles and catering. So it'll be more than just produce.
Locals in the area are thrilled with the new market and say they plan to come back for more.
Are actually going to become one of their customers once they get fully established here. They'll be delivering our produce to Bim Bam Burgers. One of the things that we like about it is that it's grown here locally. We love to do business with local people and local business owners, so we're looking forward to that.
The Stewarts plan to keep their Batesville location as a seasonal business, while the Oxford market will be the main location. The Stewarts plan to open the Big Red Barn by the end of the year. Reporting, Erin Pennington, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The official Oxford location of Stewart Farms Fresh is set to open soon on Highway 6 West. The Square, Jackson Avenue, and campus are featured food hubs in Oxford. Although NewsWatch reporter Thomas Goris found out that one restaurant is still making solid business off the beaten path.
Gus's Fried Chicken opened over 4 years ago on the Square. Business was good, but last Easter, the fried chicken spot closed up shop at its original location and moved across town. General Manager Chastine Thompson said the biggest reason for the move was to make it easier for the customers to get inside.
Everyone loves the parking, everyone loves the fact that they don't have to go through the hustle and bustle of the Square just to get the food. They come in and get their food, have a good time, it's easy in, easy out.
Since the move, Chastain says business has remained steady. Catering orders for Grove tailgating are up so far this football season, and the restaurant sees more local customers now than at the On Square location. Chastain feels that one of the biggest improvements of the new spot is actually the smaller size of the building.
Granted, we could sit like 135 the other place. We can sit like 63 here, but I'd rather give 63 people complete undivided attention than 135 and one person get left out.
Ole Miss senior and Oxford local Kel Tonkinson says the new spot feels more relaxed.
The food's just as good in this new spot, and you don't have to deal with the crazy crowd. A lot more casual sit down for your local family rather than having to deal with crazy Square stuff.
If you haven't been to the new Gus's location yet, you can find it here, right behind me, at 1309 South Lamar Boulevard. I'm Thomas Goris, NewsWatch, Ole Miss.
Gus's has enjoyed an uptick in business since opening in the middle of April this year.
Oxford residents can get in the Halloween spirit by picking up a costume from Thacker Mountain Halloween on the Square.
Reporter Naja Jowdagi is in studio to tell us how this store got its start. Naja?
That's right, guys. Today I visited Thacker Mountain Halloween, and store owner Holly Jubera says that she feels this store adds an element of shopping Oxford has been needing.
After years of having to drive to other cities to buy Halloween costumes, Holly Jubera and her husband Steve finally decided to open up their own store located right on the Square.
We decided to open up a pop-up store because we felt that Oxford was missing an element of shopping that hasn't been here for many years.
The store is stocked with a selection for any age group and the supplies for any makeup look.
If you can't figure out what you want to be, come see us and we can help you out. We had a lady yesterday that her son wanted to be something gory, and she's like, I don't know about that. So I helped her with how to create a skeleton face with the skeleton makeup we have, and then put that with a pirate costume, and he could be his own Pirates of the Caribbean costume in his own size, where otherwise he wouldn't have that available. So we have a lot. We have sizes for everyone. We have plus sizes, because I'm a plus size girl. We have infants and newborn costumes. We have something in here.
Oxford residents can continue to costume shop at Thacker Mountain Halloween until Halloween Day. The pop-up shop hopes to return next year and has future plans to feature other holidays such as Christmas and New Year's. Ashley, Grace, back to you.
Thanks, Naja. Coming up, hear what President Trump had to say at yesterday's rally about a Montana congressman who assaulted a reporter last year.
And stay tuned for the latest news about Paul Manafort's sentencing. But first, Kayla White has the first look at your current conditions.
Good evening, Rebels and Hottie Toddy. It is game weekend, and a little rain is not going to derail us, okay? We got some colder temperatures coming into next week, and then a dry midweek that's going to lead into more showers. If we look behind at the radar image, you can see that we got a little bit of activity coming in from the west. Not that much, though. We'll be okay. Now, if you stick with me for a storm watch, I will let you know if it's time to break out the Uggs or the rain boots.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Today, President Trump said that he doesn't regret his comments about one Montana representative. At his rally in Montana yesterday, President Trump praised Republican Representative Greg Gianforte for body slamming a reporter last year.
But Greg is smart. And by the way, never wrestle him. You understand that? Never. Any guy that can do a body slam, he's my kind of...
Gianforte won the election the day after the assault of reporter Ben Jacobs took place. He apologized to Jacobs during his acceptance speech, saying he should not have responded the way he did. At yesterday's rally, President Trump called Gianforte one of the most respected people in Congress. The president proceeded to comment that Gianforte is a great guy and has had tremendous success.
President Trump's former campaign chairman appeared in court today. Paul Manafort came into the Virginia courtroom in a wheelchair after his lawyer said Manafort is suffering significant health issues related to his confinement in an Alexandria detention center. Manafort was convicted on 8 counts in August, but Judge T.S. Ellis may be dismissing charges on which a jury couldn't reach a verdict. Prosecutors may be able to bring back those charges if Manafort isn't fully cooperative in special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. They can also request Manafort's sentence be reduced if he proves to be helpful. Major flooding is posing a threat to Texas homes and businesses. The greater Austin area has been hit the hardest, with some businesses already underwater, and forecasters are predicting more rain to come. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has officially issued a state of disaster declaration for 18 counties affected by the flooding. At least 2 flood-related deaths have been confirmed. Residents are preparing for the possibility of more rain over the weekend. The Lower Colorado River Authority may decide to open more floodgates, causing several lakes to flood as well.
Well, Grace, this fall weather has me ready for the upcoming holidays.
Oh, absolutely, Ashley. You know, it's finally starting to feel like spooky season here in Oxford, and I am here for it.
Well, I'm really hoping that it stays.
For sure. And up next, Kayla White will let us know if that nice weather is going to continue up next in the forecast.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
we're lost forever. But you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Good evening, Rebels. We are sitting at a cool 70 degrees tonight. No rain and light winds. If we see or look back at our satellite image, you can see that we got a little cloud cover moving over Oxford. Moving on to our current temperatures. So, South Haven, Holly Springs, and Oxford are sitting at 70, Corinth at 71, and Tupelo at 75. Moving on until tomorrow. We have... Tomorrow, South Haven at 69, Holly Springs at 71, Oxford at 73, Corinth at 74, and Tupelo at 76. All right, so moving on to tonight's forecast, we got a cool 55 and a little bit of rain, but don't let that stop your weekend. And then moving on to tomorrow's temperatures, it's going to heat up a little bit to 69, and we got some AM showers, but again, do not let that stop your weekend. We will beat Auburn. Moving on to the 5-day forecast, we got Sunday at 59, Monday at 65, along with Tuesday lower temperatures throughout the week until Thursday. And we got some storms at the end of the week, so bring your umbrella. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kayla. The Ole Miss soccer team had their last road game of the season. Find out if they did enough to qualify for the SEC tournament.
And the Ole Miss volleyball team hosts 2 SEC rivals. See what they need to do to get back to winning ways. Next on Sports Watch.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Action.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I bought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Welcome to Sports Watch. I'm Sky Spieler. The Ole Miss soccer team traveled to Lexington last night to face the Kentucky Wildcats, and it went just as they hoped. Ole Miss won 2-0, and Kentucky native Channing Foster scored both of the Rebels' goals. Her first came in the second minute when Foster followed up a blocked CC Kaiser shot, and the second came early in the second half off a feed from Maddie Houghton. It was a great night for Foster and a great night for freshman Morgan McAslin, who had her first clean sheet. The Rebels host Mississippi State on Sunday. The Davis Cup is a yearly tennis tournament where countries compete against one another for the title. Ole Miss tennis alumni Nick Schultz will be playing in the Cup this weekend. Schultz will be representing his home country, South Africa. The Cup's been going on for quite a while now, and South African trails Portugal 2-0. Schultz was named SEC Player of the Year back in 2014, and he's going to need to compete as such. Defeat this weekend would result in elimination for South Africa. Last weekend was a rough one for Ole Miss volleyball when they fell to both Missouri and Kentucky. They're back on the court tonight for a matchup with number 11 Florida, and they play Mississippi State on Sunday. Junior Emily Strope looks to continue her streak of dominance. She's leading the SEC with 11 double-doubles and has recorded the 5th most kills in the nation. The Rebels' strategy to feed Strope has had mixed results, but they're obviously committed to it. The margin of error will be really small tonight against 6'8" Rachel Kramer and the Florida Gators. And the Red Sox closed out the ALCS last night by defeating the defending champs Houston Astros 4-1. 3 of those runs came in the top of the third when J.D. Martinez destroyed a misplaced curveball. Red Sox starting pitcher David Price put his postseason woes behind him, striking out 9 batters in 6 shutout innings. It only took them 5 games to knock out the Stros, and they've got some serious momentum heading into the World Series. They'll face the winner between Milwaukee and LA. The Dodgers lead that series 3-2, and Game 6 is tonight at 7:39 on the dot. That's all for sports. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at NewsWatch_UM for live updates on tomorrow's 11 o'clock game against Auburn. Ashley, Grace, back to you.
Thanks, Sky. Up next, see how police officers donating donuts made for a wholesome story.
And don't desert us because you do not want to miss this sweet story from Clearwater, Florida.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Police officers and donuts, a punchline that's been used for countless jokes over the years. But the Clearwater, Florida Police Department put a new spin on this stereotype. They donated dozens of donuts to the homeless after the treats were stolen from a Krispy Kreme shop 200 miles away.
Police tracked down the stolen vehicle that carried the donuts all the way from Lake City. The store manager said they could keep the donuts, but the officers decided to share. They donated most of them to a nightly homeless feeding operation near the Clearwater Police Station.
Well, that is just such a sweet story.
It's so sweet. And you know what else would be sweet is us beating Auburn this weekend. How's the weather looking for the game?
Man, so it's going to be a little bit of rain, but we're still optimistic, all right?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Kayla.
No problem.
That's all we have for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Ashley Muller.
Be sure to join us here again Monday night at 5 and on OleMiss.com. I'm Grace McClanahan. Thank you and good night.